Hello WTWs, welcome back to my channel. Disclaimer, I haven't filmed in a little while when you're seeing this because I've been really sick. I have this chest cold thing and it's just not going away, and this is like the first day I actually am attempting to film in front of my lights and everything. So if I cough throughout this video, that's why. I'm still fighting this horrible cold. I actually lost my voice for a while there, so I couldn't even talk. So yeah, if I sound weird in this video, that's why. I'm gonna try and have as much energy as I can. I got my trusty water, and I'm gonna pop some cough drops the second I get off this video. However, welcome back to my channel. We are doing a Wear Test Wednesday today on the bareMinerals Matte Foundation. This is a mineral foundation, and I used to wear bareMinerals, the original formula, when I was first getting into makeup. And as you guys can see, like, I do struggle with acne. So when I was at the dermatologist when I was younger, I was always recommended the bareMinerals original. And then I was talking with a friend recently and she recommended the matte version. I didn't even know they came out with a matte version. And I have the shade Fairly Light. It was really difficult to pick my shade, by the way. It was like just, I don't know. I feel like the shades were weird. There weren't really shades with like a neutral undertone. It either pulled super pink or super yellow. So that's one like criticism that I have. It does have SPF 15 in it. Yeah, so if you guys like Wear Test Wednesdays, and if you like me filming even though I'm sick, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave, because I do upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, as long as I have a voice to be able to film. So this product was $31. It was actually like, I feel like pretty decently priced compared to other powders that I use. I really like the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. I've really enjoyed the Makeup Forever matte blurring powder, but that's a little bit more expensive. This is a little cheaper. You get 0.2 ounces of product, and it looks like there's 30 shades of this foundation. And online it says that it's a loose powder foundation with just 7 ingredients for breathable, sheer to full coverage with a matte finish that also controls excess oil. Coverage is supposed to be medium, finish is matte. It says it's good for combination and oily skin. So I'm really excited about this because I wanted to go back into the realm of bareMinerals to see if that's something that might help prevent further breakouts, you know? It's hard to know what exactly in my skincare routine or just like my hormones is causing more acne lately. But if I can help it with a powder and, you know, kind of help be a little bit more mindful of the products that I'm putting on my skin, then maybe that might help in some way. I don't know. It is 7:20 in the morning, so let's go ahead and scoot a little bit closer. We'll get to actually testing out the product. Oh, I actually haven't been wearing makeup lately either, so this is like new for me. I haven't been doing the makeup thing in a while. Here's what the jar looks like up close. As you can see, it is a loose powder. It does have some pigment to it. I'm curious to see like how buildable it is, because online it does say sheer to full coverage. I'm curious if I could get it that full. I did go in and test it out on my neck before I actually bought it because I didn't want to buy the wrong shade. So I think what I'm going to do is use primer and concealer first, because those are the liquid products, and then I'm going to buff this powder on top and see how that goes. Maybe it works better as a setting powder on top of a liquid foundation. I don't know, but I want to give it a fair shot just on its own. I used the Revlon Photo Ready Pore Reducing Primer. It's the primer I use with all my Wear Test Wednesdays. And I'm gonna go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I'm just gonna put it right here underneath my eyes. This stuff is super full coverage. I just had a cutie before I got on here, and my hands smell like citrus and orangey. So there's the concealer. I'm going to go ahead and use the powder now for all over my face and to set down my concealer. So it does look like this before you open it. I remember this thing is stupid. It's difficult to pull up. That's what it's looking like in the cap. I'm going to take my concealer setting brush. Looks really dark. Okay, it's not super dark. Now let's take my regular powder brush. And I'm gonna take this just all over the skin. I don't know how this is gonna go. I feel like I may have to use a lot of it. So it's definitely sheer coverage when you first apply this. Let's see if we can build it up. And it might also be better if I applied it over like a BB cream or something. I mean, it is going on. It's just pretty sheer. I might take the concealer real fast and just put it over this section right here because I'm not thinking that it's gonna be able to cover my little dots right there. I also don't know if like a flat brush would be better than a big fluffy brush like this. I do see it adding some coverage. It does seem like I'm having to add a lot of product, like I'm having to continue to re-dip and add more into the cap because I'm just going through it pretty fast. It is building, so that's good. My face does feel a little bit dry and heavy from this, so maybe I can, I don't know, use like a setting spray or something to help. I know for sure I am going, like all of this is gonna rub off my nose because I blow my nose constantly. Okay, yeah, I'm actually like pretty happy with the coverage that I got from this foundation. It evened out. Like if you have a little bit of acne, it helps. If you have a lot, like on this side right here, that's pretty prominent, you definitely have to go in with concealer first just to add that extra coverage. But now that it's on, I'd say it looks pretty good. Definitely feels matte on the skin. I can see it clinging just a little bit to my dry patches on my nose because I've been blowing my nose so much. This doesn't necessarily have any claims about how long wearing it is, so I'm curious to see like how long it does last. It feels very powdery on the skin. It looks nice. I'd say it evened out with the concealer and it looks about the same coverage. My pores look small. I mean, it looks nice. It just feels like I'm wearing a lot of powder. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup. Right now it is 7:33 in the morning, so that's what they'll call the check-in time. I will come back, show you how everything came together on top of the powder, and then I will share some more of my thoughts about this product. All right, you guys, I am finished with the rest of my makeup. It is now 8 o'clock, but again, call the check-in time 7:30 because that's when I finished applying the powder, and I gotta say everything applied really nicely on top of it. I'm gonna have to see it in a different light because I'm not sure if it's oxidized at all. Like, I don't know if it's still the same color as my neck. If it has gotten darker, then I'm definitely gonna have to get a lighter shade, but let me know how you guys think it looks on camera, because right now it looks just like a hair, like in these lights, it looks a hair too dark compared to my neck, but we will see. I'm gonna go upstairs and, you know, look at it in normal light. It doesn't look like there's a powder sitting on my skin necessarily, so I like that. I do like how things applied on top of it. I'm just gonna have to see how it wears because usually the products that I try have some kind of longevity statement and this doesn't. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go throughout my day, go to work. I will check back at the very end of the night and show you guys how this foundation held up. All right, you guys, I am back. It is 5:03. I'm ending this a little bit early because I do have to run to a meeting, but I wanted to show you guys my skin. So here is how my face looks. I do think I need to go up one shade, but other than the shade being just like a little bit too dark, I do think that it actually did a really good job. Like my skin looks a little bit oily around my nose and on my forehead. It did not crease as nearly as bad as liquid foundations that I've used. Ignore my nose because I have been blowing my nose throughout the day. My chin is just a little rubbed off. It's just a little bit oily. For the most part, it did really well. Like I am kind of surprised that I like this, and I'm curious to see how it does over a liquid foundation or like a BB cream because I see myself using it more for that rather than just as a powder alone. but I do like that I can use it as a powder alone for days that I'm running late or I just don't want a bunch of coverage. I will say at the beginning of the day, my makeup did feel a little bit heavy, so maybe if I used a setting spray or something to sink in the powder into my skin, then I think that that would have helped. I'd say halfway through the day, it felt a little bit lighter. It did keep the coverage on most of my face, and I'm only just like a little bit oily. So I would recommend this one. I do like it. Like I said, I'm gonna get the next shade up. For it being a mattifying powder, I would say it does do the job. I am just a little bit oily and I have had this on for 10 hours. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I would definitely use this again, and I am excited to test it out with other products. There you have it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the video here. If you guys have tried this bareMinerals matte powder, let me know down in the comments like what your thoughts were, if you like it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. I hope you had a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.